What's up, guys? So today I am posting a small clip from my upcoming podcast with Dr. Jaquish. Here he talks in general about the fitness industry, what he doesn't like about it, and specifically Layne Norton, and has a little bit of commentary there. So the full podcast goes about an hour. That will be released soon, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can see that when it comes out. I will also be following up the podcast with a video of my own on how I thought the podcast went. Again, he is somewhat of a controversial figure. His book is titled Weightlifting is a Waste of Time, so I'm sure that stands out to some people as, what's going on there. We, of course, dive into that in the podcast and a lot more. I think there was some decent back and forth, and, I asked him some questions that I think a lot of you would want to know seeing something like this. But again, I will make a full video afterwards as well, just kind of giving my overall thoughts on what we discussed. So I hope you guys enjoy this clip, and I hope you enjoy the full podcast coming out in a few days. You obviously have your opinions of the fitness industry. I don't disagree. There are some minds in the industry who I respect quite a lot. Nick is one of them. I would say Dr. Eric Helms is a great, if you're talking about somebody who's leading the fitness or the evidence-based fitness industry, I'd say he's one of them. And he is pretty heavy on the research side. I think you have guys like Layne Norton who, for some people, he's a good middle ground between, entertainment and what a lot of people look for and a science side of it. When you're trying to reach masses, I think entertainment, good or bad, it appeals to a lot of people.
It's unfortunate, but yes.
But yeah, it is true.
I think Layne's intention is to educate people, but he gets followed when he ridicules people.
Right.
And it's unfortunate because, he beats up on Dave Asprey. Is Dave Asprey perfect? No, but he'll put out a book that makes like 30 different points. And he's not an expert on all 30 subjects. So does he make mistakes? Yeah.
Right.
He does. And setting him on fire for it, is that justified? I don't know. I don't think so. But
yeah,
he's done a lot more good than he has bad.
Who's that, Layne or Dave?
Dave.
Yeah,
and Layne just treats Dave like an abused dog. Just beats him. It's just like, leave a man alone.
I think
someone else.
I think I don't do too many commentary videos on like other people unless if there's like a particular thing that's I think very relevant, I will. But I think I've maybe done 3 videos out of the like 200 I've made. But yeah, a lot of times, I would call it infotainment. I think one of the reasons that the industry is not necessarily like a professional industry like you would maybe see in like medicine or something like that is because it is in a way like the gears that are turning, they're powered by views, right? And a lot of the time and like the attention. And so I unfortunately don't know if that's something that'll change much. Somebody I do podcasts with quite a bit, Abel Sabai, we talk about this all the time. Our most viewed videos, they're not necessarily the ones that really get technical and into the science. I don't know if you have thoughts on that ever changing, but I'm not sure if it ever will because of the target audience.
Yeah. Fitness fans want... I think you're really going to enjoy... This is an experience I had. You're going to enjoy this. When I first developed X3, I wanted to license it to a company like I did with the OsteoStrong devices. So I developed this bone density medical device. I went to license it, and Tony Robbins, Kyle Zagrodzky, they licensed it, and I was just going to do the science. And if somebody wants me to talk to a group of physicians, I'll do that. So I do a lot of Skype calls for that kind of thing. Yeah. But I'm not the marketing. I'm not, any other part of the business. I'm, someone when lost her shoes at one of the franchises. I'm not who to call. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, like, can I just do like what I do and like, let you guys like do. So it worked out great. And OsteoStrong is growing fast, and they're helping hundreds of thousands of people. It's awesome business. I want to do the same thing with X3. I want to find an already existing fitness company and license the intellectual property. I know it looks simple to all the haters. It's like, oh, it's just a stick in vans. Yeah, okay. No, it's not. And that's like saying an iPhone is a microchip in a piece of glass. It should only cost 50 cents.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, like I went and made my presentation and I explained the scientific superiority to like every company that makes home fitness equipment. I should not name the names, but you guys know who they are. And I mean all of them. And they were like, oh, this product looks great, but you can't talk about science to the people who buy fitness stuff. And I'm like, well, why not? Like, is that a rule? And they're like, no. These people are the stupidest people in the world. Like, they are so moronic. You won't believe it. And I didn't believe it. And I was like, yeah, okay. So you guys tried to make a scientific argument, which was probably wrong. And somebody grilled you over it and it didn't increase business. All right, I get it. Like a lot of people trip over science as opposed to use it to teach. So I'm like, well, I'm different. So I'm going to go ahead and launch this product. So I launched it myself. And Dave Asprey even like advised me, like, don't go down the science path. I'm like, well, then what do I say? It's nice to use? No, it's superior. I can demonstrate that. So anybody who doesn't like it, they can go away. I mean, go put your sideways hat on and go to the gym. Like, it's just like, I don't, I mean, it's like, I understand that there are people who are out there and boy, was every company right. I was so blown away by the mindless screaming and kicking. Like, it was like I was talking to 2-year-olds.
Yeah.
And so here's what I did. This happened within like the first week of launching the product. I just pivoted, targeted busy executives, busy professionals. And our business has been skyrocketing in growth ever since. We just don't focus on the fitness industry. Not at all.
So have you ever considered, because again, I mean, you're not going to get any arguments from me that a large portion of the fitness industry is very frustrating and pseudoscientific. I don't really pander to that audience. I mean, sometimes those people find my videos, but mine is definitely more, I try to stay scientific. Yeah. But I would say, I mean, from a professional side, like I said, you know Nick Radamus, but Dr. Brad Schoenfeld, Dr. Eric Helms have, I think those are very reputable individuals who are very scientific and they clearly have a passion for determining what is the best method for growing muscle, strength, etc.
Sure.
Have you talked to I know you talked to Nick, but have you talked to Dr. Schoenfeld or Helms or anybody like that?
These guys are professors and they got to be real careful as to what they say or what they endorse. And like, you find me on the internet, I'm very clearly selling a product.
Sure.
And I don't hide that. I don't say, oh, I'm just going to educate you today. And then, oh, by the way, here's my product I'm going to use as an example. Like the book, people say, this is just a commercial for X3. Well, the second word on the back of the book is X3. So am I hiding that? And by the way, this is a quote from the strength coach of the Miami Heat. And they even allowed me to use their brand. It's like teams, pro teams don't do that usually. But we make a big difference for their athletes. So yeah, I mean, like, am I a sales guy? Yeah, sure. Like, do I want people to buy the product and succeed with it? We have a 1% return rate. Usually only the lightest band is unwrapped. So it means somebody wasn't strong enough to use even the lightest band. So, like, if it sucks, people buy it and it'll go away. So I don't know what everybody's so worried about.
Yeah, well, I mean, of course, like, you're, like I said, and this is why I said, we're obviously having a conversation here. Even I don't think this is a hidden thing either, right? Like you're on several podcasts. We hadn't talked previously, so part of it is now my viewers know about X3 too. Of course, I mean it's a good model. Like, I mean, that's kind of part of the point. And in return, I get to talk to somebody who has a lot of followers, and I mean there's that inherent exchange, even if it's not always discussed. That's reality, right? And
that's reality, right?
And so I don't think there's an issue with that. I think people, I think they, even if they're maybe not always the most intelligent, they want to feel like they're doing things logically, right? People like to believe that they're logically. So I think a lot of times it's maybe who you're talking to and the message you're putting out.